Be careful. The next 3 days are extremely crucial for you because God says, "My child, listen carefully, the time is now." This isn't just any moment. It's not a coincidence you're hearing this. Something is stirring, something bigger than you can see. You felt it, the restless nights, the strange dreams, the heaviness in your heart that doesn't quite make sense. It's real. You're not imagining it. The air feels different, like something is about to break open. You're being called to pay attention, to stay awake, to move with purpose. These next 3 days aren't ordinary. They're a window, a moment carved out for you. Heaven is watching, and something hidden is about to come to light. You've been walking through a fog, wondering why things haven't lined up, why doors haven't opened, why people have pulled away. But the truth is, you're not stuck. You're being prepared. Someone has noticed you, someone who wasn't supposed to see what you carry. Your light, your strength, your quiet resilience, it's been seen. And it's shaking things up. You've been underestimated, overlooked, even pushed aside by people who didn't understand your value. But now, the tides are turning. The plans made against you are unraveling. The whispers spoken in secret are losing their power. You've felt the shifts, haven't you? The sudden silence from people who used to be loud in your life. The way someone's smile doesn't reach their eyes anymore. The strange pauses in conversations, like they're holding something back. It's not your imagination. It's a sign. Something is breaking, and something new is rising in its place. There's a woman in your life, or maybe there was. Someone you trusted, someone you poured your heart into. She sat close to you, listened to your dreams, maybe even shared a few of her own. But deep down, something wasn't right. You felt it, even if you couldn't name it. She smiled, but her heart wasn't in it. She spoke kind words, but they felt heavy, like they carried a shadow. She saw your light and wanted to dim it, not because you did anything wrong, but because your growth made her uneasy. She's been quiet lately, hasn't she? The calls have stopped. The messages are short, if they come at all. That's not by chance. Something she tried to hold over you is slipping through her fingers. The truth is coming out, not because you fought for it, but because heaven is moving. God is pulling back the curtain, showing you what's been hidden. You don't need to chase her down or prove yourself. Let her go. She's not your battle anymore. These next 3 days, you need to be still. Not stuck, not afraid, just still. Listen to the quiet moments. The answers you've been searching for aren't in the noise. They're in the pause, in the whisper, in the dream you wake up from but can't quite remember. Write it down. Pray over it. The pieces will start to fit together. You've been carrying weights that don't belong to you. You've held up others when you were barely standing yourself. You've loved through pain, forgiven through tears, and kept going even when it felt impossible. That's why this moment matters. Your faithfulness hasn't gone unnoticed. Every step you took in the dark, every prayer you whispered when no one was listening, it's all been counted. There's a shift coming. You might not see it yet, but it's close. A door is opening, one you didn't even know existed. A conversation is about to happen, maybe with someone you haven't heard from in years. A message, a call, a chance encounter, it's not random. Nothing is random right now. Even the smallest things, like a name you hear twice in one day or a memory that won't leave you alone, are part of the puzzle. Be careful what you say yes to. Not every opportunity is meant for you. Some doors look inviting but lead nowhere. Trust the feeling in your gut, the one that tells you to wait, to pray, to think twice. You're not being paranoid, you're being guided. Discernment is your shield right now. There's someone who's been watching you, not with kindness but with envy. They've seen how you rise, how you keep going even after setbacks. They don't understand it, and it bothers them. They've spoken your name in rooms you'll never enter, trying to make you smaller than you are. But their words are losing weight. The truth about you is too bright to be hidden anymore. You've been through seasons of delay, moments where you wondered if you missed your chance. You didn't. Those delays weren't denials, they were protection. You were being kept safe from people and places that weren't ready for you. Now, the ground is shifting. What was blocked is moving. What was stolen is being returned. You might feel a tremor soon, a moment where everything clicks. It could be a dream that feels too vivid, a conversation that hits differently, or a sudden clarity that makes you see things in a new way. Don't ignore it. That's the Spirit speaking, showing you the next step. There's a man in your story too. Someone who walked away, maybe someone you loved or trusted. He's been quiet, but he's not gone. He's been thinking about you, replaying moments he can't undo. He might reach out soon, not because he's changed completely, but because he's starting to see what he lost. Be wise. Not every apology is an invitation to go back. Some people return to test if you're still the same. You're not. You've grown, and not everyone can handle the new you. These next 3 days are a turning point. Heaven is working behind the scenes, moving pieces you can't see. Angels are active, carrying your name to places you haven't been. Someone with influence is about to notice you. A door you thought was locked is being opened. But you need to be ready, not just physically, but spiritually. Stay grounded. Stay prayerful. You've been wondering why things feel heavy, why you wake up tired even after sleeping. It's not just you. It's the weight of what's shifting. You're stepping into something bigger, and the old is fighting to hold on. But it can't. What's meant for you is already sealed. No one can take it. No one can stop it. There's a blessing coming, not just for you but for those connected to you. It's bigger than money or opportunities, it's about legacy. Someone is watching you, learning from your faith, your strength, your ability to keep going. You're not just walking this path for yourself. You're paving the way for others. Be careful who you share your plans with. Not everyone cheering is on your side. Some are just curious, waiting to see if you'll stumble. Keep your vision close. Speak less, pray more. The right people will find you, the ones who see your heart and celebrate it without strings attached. You've been dreaming strange things, haven't you? Images that don't make sense, names that linger when you wake up. Don't brush them off. They're not random. They're clues, pieces of a map you're meant to follow. Write them down, even if they feel small. God speaks in whispers before the shout. There's a repayment coming for what you've lost. Time, trust, peace, it's all being restored. You didn't deserve the pain you went through, but you carried it with grace. That's why heaven is moving now. That's why the next 3 days matter. You're not alone in this. Even when it feels like no one sees, heaven does. Every tear, every silent prayer, every moment you chose to forgive instead of curse, it's all been recorded. Your story isn't over. It's just beginning. The woman who hurt you, the one who smiled while plotting, she's being exposed. Not by you, but by truth itself. Her mask is slipping, and she knows it. That's why she's pulling back. That's why her words feel forced. Let her go. Your peace doesn't depend on her apology. Your future doesn't need her permission. There's a moment coming soon, a phone call, a message, a memory that surfaces out of nowhere. It's not an accident. It's a signpost, pointing you to what's next. Pay attention. The Spirit is guiding you, even when the path feels unclear. You've been faithful in the small things, in the quiet moments, in the pain no one else saw. Now, get ready for the reward. It's not just about what you gain, it's about who you're becoming. You're stepping into a new version of yourself, one that's stronger, wiser, and ready for what's ahead. Be careful these next 3 days. Not because you're in danger, but because you're in destiny. The choices you make, the words you speak, the steps you take, they matter. Heaven is aligning things for you, but you need to stay awake. Stay alert. Stay prayerful. Someone is about to reach out, someone you didn't expect. They've been watching you, maybe from a distance, maybe closer than you think. They see something in you that they can't ignore anymore. It's not just about you, it's about what God is doing through you. You've been wondering why things haven't worked out the way you planned. It's because your plans were too small. God's vision for you is bigger, deeper, wider than you could imagine. These next 3 days are a doorway. Step through with faith. The heaviness you've felt is lifting. The delays are breaking. The lies spoken against you are falling apart. You're not who they said you were. You're not what they tried to make you. You're chosen, called, and covered. There's a sound in the Spirit, a stirring in the heavens. Your name is being spoken in places you haven't been. Doors are being prepared, opportunities are being set up, and the truth about you is shining brighter than ever. Be careful, but don't be afraid. You're not walking alone. Angels are moving with you. Protection is surrounding you. Purpose is guiding you. These next 3 days are crucial, not because of what could go wrong, but because of what's about to go right. Something is breaking open. A truth, a blessing, a new chapter. You're not just stepping into it, you're being called into it. Listen closely. The Spirit is speaking. The signs are all around you. Trust them. Trust yourself. Trust God. This is your moment. The next 3 days are the start of something new. Don't miss it. Be careful, be prayerful, be ready. Your time is now. The weight you've been carrying isn't just yours. It's the weight of a purpose you didn't choose but were chosen for. You've been asking why it feels so heavy, why the nights feel long, why the mornings don't bring the peace you expected. It's because you're carrying something sacred. Something that others can't see but can feel. Your presence shifts rooms, even when you don't speak. Your heart changes atmospheres, even when you're silent. You've been in a season of pruning, where things and people were cut away not to hurt you, but to make room for what's coming. You've felt the sting of loss, the ache of rejection. But those weren't losses, they were releases. God was clearing space for what you're about to step into. The next 3 days are a bridge between where you've been and where you're going. Pay attention to the small things. A song that plays at just the right moment. A stranger who says something that feels like it was meant for you. A memory that surfaces and won't let you go. These aren't accidents. They're divine markers, pointing you toward your next step. There's someone who's been carrying your name in their heart, someone who's been praying for you when you didn't know. They're not loud about it, not flashy. They're not the ones shouting your praises in public. But in the quiet, in their secret moments with God, they've been lifting you up. You might not know their name yet, but their prayers are part of why you're still standing. The woman who betrayed you, she's not the only one. There are others who've watched you from a distance, measuring your steps, waiting for you to fall. But you didn't. You kept going, even when it hurt. That's why their plans are unraveling. That's why their words are losing power. The truth about you is too strong to be buried. You've been wondering if you're enough. If you're doing enough, being enough, showing up enough. Let me tell you, you are. You've been enough all along. The delays, the setbacks, the closed doors, they weren't because you fell short. They were because you were being shaped for something greater. These next 3 days, don't rush. Don't try to force things to happen. Let them unfold. The right doors will open at the right time. The right people will show up when they're supposed to. Trust the timing. It's not late, it's perfect. There's a dream you've been holding on to, maybe one you've been afraid to speak out loud. It's not too big. It's not impossible. It's yours for a reason. God didn't plant that seed in your heart to let it die. Write it down. Speak it in prayer. Protect it from those who don't understand it. It's closer than you think. You've been through storms that should have broken you, but they didn't. You've walked through valleys that should have swallowed you, but you're still here. That's not luck. That's favor. That's grace. That's a purpose that refuses to let you go. Be careful who you let into your space right now. Some people are drawn to your light, but not all of them want to see it shine. Some want to borrow it, dim it, or claim it as their own. Guard your heart. Not out of fear, but out of wisdom. There's a moment coming where you'll feel a release, like a weight lifting off your shoulders. It might be a conversation that brings clarity, a decision you finally make, or a truth that settles in your spirit. When it happens, don't question it. Embrace it. It's the start of something new. You've been asking for signs, and they're coming. They might not look like what you expected, a burning bush or a booming voice, but they're there. A word that keeps repeating. A feeling that won't go away. A person who shows up at just the right time. Trust those signs. They're leading you somewhere. The man who walked away, the one who hurt you, he's not your story's end. He's a chapter, not the book. His return might stir up old feelings, but don't let it pull you back. You're not the same person he left. You're stronger, wiser, more anchored. Let him see that, but don't let him define you. These next 3 days are sacred. They're a moment when heaven is aligning things for you. Angels are moving, carrying your prayers to places you can't see. Doors are being prepared, and the right ones will open. But you need to be ready. Stay in prayer. Stay in peace. Stay in faith. You've been wondering why you feel so different, why you don't fit where you used to. It's because you're not supposed to. You've outgrown the old spaces, the old versions of yourself. You're stepping into something new, and it's going to feel unfamiliar at first. That's okay. Growth always does. There's a blessing tied to your obedience, to the way you've kept going even when it was hard. You didn't give up, even when you wanted to. You didn't curse the people who hurt you, even when they deserved it. That's why heaven is moving now. That's why the next 3 days are so important. You're not just waiting for a breakthrough, you're walking into one. The ground is shifting, and you're on holy ground. Be careful, not out of fear, but out of reverence. Something sacred is happening. Something divine is unfolding. There's a truth about you that's too big to be contained. People have tried to box you in, to label you, to limit you. But they can't. Your purpose is breaking through, and it's bigger than their opinions. It's bigger than their doubts. It's bigger than your own fears. Be still these next 3 days. Listen for the whispers. Watch for the signs. Trust the stirring in your spirit. You're not alone. You're not forgotten. You're being called into something greater. Your time is now. You've been carrying a vision, a dream that feels too big to hold. It's not a burden, it's a promise. That dream was placed in you for a reason, and these next 3 days are about aligning you with it. Don't let doubt creep in. Don't let fear tell you it's too late. The seed God planted in you is still alive, still growing, still waiting for its moment to bloom. There's someone out there who's been praying for you, not because they had to, but because they felt you. They felt your heart, your struggle, your quiet strength. They might be a stranger, a distant friend, or someone you've never met. But their prayers are part of the reason you're still standing. They're part of the reason you're stepping into this moment. You've been through moments where you felt invisible, like your efforts didn't matter. But they did. Every small step, every moment of faith, every time you chose to keep going, it all built something. It built you. It built the foundation for what's coming. The woman who hurt you, the one who tried to dim your light, she's not your focus anymore. Her story is unraveling, and you don't need to add a single word to it. The truth is doing its work. Let it. Your energy is too precious to waste on battles that are already won. These next 3 days, pay attention to your words. They carry power. Speak life over yourself. Speak hope. Speak truth. The words you release now are planting seeds for what's ahead. Be intentional. Be mindful. There's a door waiting for you, one that's been prepared long before you knew it existed. It's not just any door, it's yours. It's marked with your name, sealed with your purpose. But to walk through it, you need to let go of what's behind you. Old hurts, old doubts, old versions of yourself, they can't come with you. You've been wondering why you feel restless, why you can't settle into the same routines. It's because you're being called forward. The restlessness isn't a curse, it's a signal. It's telling you that something new is waiting. Something bigger is calling. Be careful who you trust with your heart right now. Not everyone who reaches out is meant to stay. Some are sent to teach you, some to test you, and some to walk with you. Discern the difference. Trust the wisdom God has built in you. There's a moment coming where you'll feel it, a shift, a clarity, a knowing. It might come in a dream, a conversation, or a quiet moment when everything makes sense. When it happens, don't run from it. Lean into it. It's the key to your next step. You've been faithful in the hidden places, in the moments no one saw. You've prayed when it felt like no one was listening. You've loved when it hurt. You've forgiven when it cost you. That's why this moment is yours. That's why heaven is moving. These next 3 days are a divine appointment. They're not just about what happens, they're about who you become. You're stepping into a new season, one that's been prepared for you. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust yourself. Your story is bigger than the pain you've walked through. It's bigger than the people who tried to hold you back. It's bigger than the doubts you've carried. You're being called to rise, to shine, to walk in the fullness of who you were created to be. Be careful, but don't be afraid. The next 3 days are yours. They're sacred. They're powerful. They're the start of something new. Stay awake. Stay prayerful. Stay ready. Your time is now.